It's Deprogram, the podcast where we try to get you into a band. That's right. We've done all the work. All you have to do is push play and listen. And if you listen closely, if you look, if you squint, you'll see music shining down from the heavens. You know, I do these things, and like as they start coming out of my mouth, I'm like, maybe I should have thought of this more than like as I'm saying it. Anyway, today we're talking about Shinedown. And Ryan, you put them on the board. I can't remember if it was before your first one or right around as we're doing Guano Apes, but you put Shinedown on the board. Tell me about why you wanted to tackle Shinedown.
I've listened to them since they came out. I've always been a big fan. They've got like a bunch of, radio singles. Everybody, you've heard a song or two or 10 by them, that's for sure. But I think what's good about them is that they've gone through so many changes internally that the band is different than it was from the beginning till the end. So I think there's a big shift in there, and I think it's kind of cool to talk about that.
Yeah, I noticed that going through the Discog, so we will come back to that as we start talking about songs. But Curtis, you jumped on. I don't think it was on the board long before you jumped on. So tell me about Shinedown and why you wanted to come on and talk about Shinedown.
Yeah, I'm kind of a rock radio guy a little bit. We in 2007, 2008. We had a very bad flood here in Cedar Rapids. And when we kind of like took a year to build the town back together, I said, all the live music that comes to town, I'm going to really, really make an effort into going to see. And Shinedown probably had to have been the first like 2 or 3 that I saw. And it was an excellent show. It was not a group that I'd spent a ton of time with other than like, just rock radio, right? Mm-hmm. So it's, it's cool that they come to town. I have a very, very fond memory of that show. That was the first like real like rock show here in town after we couldn't really have any kind of like live music for a year and a half almost. So, some fond memories. Have seen them 4 or 5 times since then. Just being in the South or Midwest, like not everybody comes everywhere, mm-hmm. Right?
Yep.
So the bands that come to town, you're more likely to give them a little bit of a chance, right?
Right.
Or maybe a second chance.
Mm-hmm. Hey-o. All right. So Ryan asked me, like, when I first came on, he goes, so is this new for you? Is Shinedown new for you? And, much like you both have said, like, I'm familiar-ish with the radio stuff. And I say familiar-ish because this is definitely in that crop of bands that I wanted nothing to do with when they came out. I'm struggling to reach for exact examples currently, but like I remember a lot of the songs would come on and I'd actively ignore it. And that's pretty much, so this, I guess this technically would have been just after I put Metal Justin to bed, which is funny because if they would have probably reached my ears like that year earlier, I probably would have been like on board with it. But, it reached me when I like the bands that I like, and you can't tell me that this band Shinedown is worthy of my time. So I went through that phase, and that's when they came out. And so I never bothered to give them the time of day until we did this, which brings me to the next layer of the conversation. There isn't like, there's a decent discog here. Like, it's not throwaway discog. It's not like 4. It's not 5. I think, what was it, like 7, maybe 8? Like mm-hmm. they've been around for a while in producing, and save for like a couple songs. I think there was like one album that I wasn't really vibing on. Everything kind of kind of works. And I'll save it because I'm going to pitch over to you here, Ryan. My point in bringing all that up is, did you have like a game plan going into this, like as far as picking your 20, or were you just kind of revisiting and plucking stuff out as you went?
So I listened to the first two albums today to try to pick out some songs off of them, just because I don't listen to them that much. It was just a different style band at the time. I liked them, and I definitely have songs on my list from them. But I know the three of the last four of the last five albums pretty much front to back. Without, like, I listen to them all the time type thing. I listen to them while you're running or if I'm doing the yard work or whatever. So um, I already knew like certain songs off that. It was more just picking those out that I wanted.
All right, gotcha. And Curtis, what was your game style here? Did you have any? Was there any gamesmanship involved?
Oh, Ryan and I will be we'll cover the discography very well, because the last two or three are the ones I haven't spent as much time with, and the first two or three are ones that I've spent a lot of time with. So
nice.
No, to the listener, you know that we'll have the whole discography like really covered very well.
So, as I'm going through it as a new listener, I found myself really clicked in pretty early on the first record. I was like, okay, like, because we usually we have a group chat going, and I kind of give you guys updates. And when I made my first pass, Curtis goes, "Oh, that's good. Like, that's a lot. Were you digging it?" And I didn't want to go, "No, I wasn't," because that's not true either. But this is like a disprove, right? Like, this is trying to erase what I thought about the band. So this is trying to erase post Metal Justin's erasure of what Shinedown even existing. So like, as I'm listening, I'm going, okay, they are what I thought they were, but what I thought they were isn't as bad as what I thought it was. I hope that makes sense. Because is this a band I'm going to return to a ton? No, probably not. Like, they are very good at what they do. And if what they do is something that you really enjoy, you'll love this band. But it's not in my wheelhouse, so it's not something I'll find myself going back to a lot. Now, that said, I plucked out a lot from the first, and then I got to the second, I was like, oh, this is even better. So it made some of like the first album cuts a little bit easier. And then I got to the third record, and I was like, oh, I like this a little bit better. And so like my second album cuts made them a little bit easier. And then, I don't think it got better for me there, but I do feel like that from that point on, I was checked in and knew what I was looking for. So I was a lot more in tune to what I wanted to pluck out. So that's why so much got through. And I didn't find my cuts like remarkably hard. Like, there wasn't like things that I'm cutting and going, man, like, I can't believe that's not going to make it. Like this feels like a very much a Cream Rises to the Top band. But we'll see, because judging from what you two have said, the cream is in different areas of the discog. So, Ryan, I'll ask you this, based on everything we've said, how many do you think we'll get through for the final say?
I don't know. I think it's going to be hard, because if we're doing, I'm picking stuff off the last couple albums, and you guys are pulling stuff from the first couple. I think there's not going to be as many, so I'm going to go with I'm going to say 5. Ooh. That'll get through automatically.
Okay. All right.
I think I went high the last time too, and we were way off. So don't go off my average here.
Oh, yeah. Curtis, what are you thinking?
This is not a like dig through the B-sides, odds and sods, like deep cut type of band. The singles, in my opinion, are for sure the best songs. I think we're gonna nail several fairly quickly. 6.
Okay. All right. That sounds about right. So that'll basically, and I guess that's something else I didn't say is, you know, there was like a good, I don't know, 4 or 5 probably that I knew were the singles. And then there's like 2 or 3 maybe that I heard that was like, oh, I've heard this. I didn't know I had heard this. So
yes.
All right. So and then 5, 6, 17 seems entirely too high. But 4 is there for the taking. I think I'm going to go with 4. Yeah, I'll take 4. So we'll have a nice little 4, 5, 6 there. You know, and as always, I hope I'm wrong, but you never know. I'm not getting a bad feeling. Just we might be on opposite ends. So we're going to take a quick pause, and when we come back, we're going to play the game, Jack. It's the program. Kickstart your road to fitness with the Hard Work Works fitness app. For all ability levels, full gym, no problem. What's included? Over 200 workout plans available for every situation from a full gym to no equipment at all. Nutrition guide to help you stay on track, and all of this is only $10 a month. There's a special offer for deprogram listeners. Use promo code STUPID and get your first month free. The Hard Work Works fitness app. Decide, commit, succeed, and join the hustle today. And with that, the name of the game is Deprogrammed. The 3 of us have combed through the Shinedown discography and plucked out 20 songs that we're now going to mash together to make a top 10 starter kit for you in case you have never given Shinedown the time of day. And I mentioned that this was like me trying to disprove. This is trying to get me to change my mind about what I thought they were. And this is undoubtedly a song that I know for a fact I had heard and hated. I guess hated is too strong of a word because I ignored it. It would come on and like I said, I would actively change it. And this time when I listened to it with full open ears, I was like, okay, I dig this. I get what they're doing now. Fly from the Inside.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was my number 1.
Okay, good. Because Curtis said it like going in that this is probably like a singles band, but I don't know what it was about this that pissed me off so much back then. But you hear this and you go, oh, okay, I get it now. I mean, I think it was just at the wrong time for me. Like, clearly I have a much more open ear now. And as mentioned, God knows, like almost every episode of this show, anytime you get me with track 1, album 1, and tell me what the band is, I'm in. And that's exactly what Fly from the Inside is. If this wasn't a single, like I would still feel the same way because this is a great tone setter for the band. This is a great place. Great starting place for what Shinedown is.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, early first single for them, it just came out, packed a punch, and then you start the album off with it. I mean, it's a double win. And like personally, I can say going to see them live, like they just, at least in our area down here in the South, they just started playing it again. So I was really excited when last summer that they played it live again.
Nice. All right. Well, there's one out of the way real quick. Ryan.
I'm going to go with Sound of Madness.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. It was a great song. When the album came out, I remember going to see them and I walked out because I thought they were so bad. And they were headlining the show and I was just like, I can't get into it. But it was a different sound for them. It was like the start of the current iteration of the band was that album. So, but it grew on me over time, and that was probably one of my favorite songs they do.
So this is yet another one where, like, I remember. Well, this is an example of one that I'd heard that I didn't realize I'd heard. And like it starts playing, and I if you could audibly roll your eyes, I did, and I was like, no, just listen to it, man. And I listened to it, and I'm like, well, first of all, we're doing a Shinedown episode. This sounds like Shinedown. Second of all, stop being a pretentious dick. This is a good song. All right. You know, no pressure, Curtis, but you're up.
I got it. This seems super, super obvious to me. Enemies.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey.
All right.
Let's see. Enemies. Okay. Well, don't do that then. That's fine. Oh, yeah. This is another one that I was like, I've heard this before, and I didn't realize it.
Well, a WWE guy should have heard it many, many times.
Yeah.
You
Very
know
true.
what? I bet you.
Seems like it was a pay-per-view theme 5 or 6 times.
So that's probably that's probably the itch in the back of my brain going, oh, this is whatever 2007.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, look. One more and we already pass what I picked. So I'm feeling good about my 4 and feeling better about Ryan's 5 at least. Well, might as well go here because this one was the one that was playing. I don't know if it was still on by the time Curtis got on, but I know it was when Ryan came on. Save Me.
Yes.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
All right. It's a 2, though.
It was a close. It probably would have made my next honorable mention.
That's all right. 2 does the trick. You know what? In all honesty, hopefully it doesn't. You know, hopefully we get a lot more unanimous. But you never know. All right, Ryan.
I'm going to go with If You Only Knew.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the one. This is the first one I haven't had. I'm the oddball. If You Only Knew.
If we're thinking about needing a ballad later, that's a very, very good choice.
Yeah.
All right, Curtis.
This is. I feel like 3 of the 6 times I've seen them, they close with this song from Amaryllis, "Bully."
It was a high choice for me, but it didn't make it.
Oh, I can't save you either.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You guys are wild.
That might just be me not seeing them live to be able to have that.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I didn't say this in the lead up, but the most recent effort was the Planet Zero, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I love that. I love that a lot. And the only reason I didn't bring more from it is because, you know, I don't want to call it return to form because that's not right either. But like it felt like a lot of the stuff earlier on that I liked. So I didn't want to just give it the nod just for that reason. But I did enjoy that record wholly more than I did than the previous or the prior, I think, 2. So let's try one of these out. How about Dead Don't Die?
I have that.
Thought about it. I didn't put it on mine.
Got two. That ain't bad. All right, Ryan.
Amaryllis title track.
Absolutely.
Nope.
Uh, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Amaryllis is not just one of my favorite Shinedown albums, but probably one of my favorite albums, start to finish.
Wow.
A lot of bangers.
Yeah, just full of great songs.
I mean, that and Sound of Madness is kind of the peak era to me.
Yeah, agreed.
That tracks. Like, I don't think I would have put it that way, but it's kind of what I said in the lead up, isn't it? Sound of Madness is where I locked in, and Amaryllis felt like, not a plateau, but like on pace is the word I would use.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Curtis.
Let's go back to earlier. Another one seems very obvious to me. 45.
No.
I'm not gonna lie. That's the song I go get a beer and go to the bathroom in.
Oh no!
Cannot stand that song.
Okay, well, since we're throwing shade, that's the only one they couldn't convert me on. I feel like a lot of the other radio songs that I'd heard and disallowed in my youth, 45 is the only one that I didn't go, oh yeah, okay, I was way wrong here. 45, as I'm listening to it, I was like, I'm not feeling this. So I don't.
Yeah, when you go see a big show and it's like high energy, and then they start playing that, you're just kind of like, oh man, like this is sad. But my friends all know that, like, they hear the opening riff and I start walking away. They're like, he'll be back in 5 minutes.
I appreciate the diversity of thought on this pod here today. I thought we would be talking about this as number one with a bullet.
Wow. Well, sorry to let you down, Curtis.
No, we're good. We're good.
All right, let me trot some of my Amaryllis out here to see if I can find you guys. How about Nowhere Kids?
Oh, no, good tune though.
No, good song though.
Oh, you know what? I let off my my pedal because we were getting so many twos in there that I forgot we got a couple ones there. I'm sorry, it just does not.
I mean, it's a good song. When it came out, I liked it, and I think it got overplayed.
Yeah, that probably didn't help it. And because it got over, it's a lot of times now in my life when I use that, I'll use the word excuse or that reason. Enough time has passed that I'm able to like really hear it again, and that might be the case here. Like it may just not have had enough time between when it got so much airplay. And then here's Nowhere Kids. Went on a limb there. I guess, listening to this, I guess I didn't expect this energy. Like, there's a lot of, like, up-tempo, like, a lot of really in-your-face rock. And it I don't know, maybe, like, it felt like it presented as sad boy rock when it came out.
I mean, it's 1 out of every 10 songs on the album is a ballad, and 1 out of every 2 singles is a ballad.
Yeah.
So that might be part of
it. Yeah, maybe. All right.
Corporate rock strategy.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right, Ryan?
What about Devil?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Hey, there we go. Now we're back. I was very, very picky with the attention stuff.
Yeah, same. That's the only one I've got on that album.
Oh no.
We're in trouble then, huh?
Well, a couple.
What are we at? Like we just hit.
That's 4.
4. Yeah. So, I mean, we might still be able to find a couple. But the reason I was picky was this actually, I think it's the album before that I was like, huh. And then this felt like the kind of Shinedown that I wanted. So I just was really, really picky with it. And then as I'm making cuts, like I found them easier and easier to lose against other stuff.
Yes.
But that does not take away from Devil. Devil was, I think, the only one I heard from this record on the first pass. I was like, there's no way that's not getting cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Curtis?
How about from Amaryllis again, Adrenaline.
Oh, I should have made that one on my list. Should have put it there.
I cannot save you.
Dude, the ones are like going to be a hell of a playlist here.
Yeah.
I'll have some good power programming to R10.
Yeah, I don't know. Now listening to it now, I'm like, I don't know. Why didn't that make it?
Yeah.
I think maybe
Yeah.
I think maybe I was trying to get too cute.
Yeah. I mean, another banger on Amaryllis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it's a track one, so like I'm known for being a track one guy, so maybe that was subconsciously part of it. So, all right. How about, let's go to the next record. How about Outcast?
I don't have that.
I don't.
Like I said, maybe I was just being too cute with these later records.
You know, in that whole album, Threat to Survival, I think I've got one song off. No, I don't even know if I have one off of it. Just didn't like it.
Man, okay, so let me say that because I brought some, because I never like to discount a record. I never like to. This was the one that, because I already mentioned when Attention came on. So there comes a point in almost any band's discography when they have more than 5 records that you go, okay, it's slowing down. And,
yes.
And this was that line. So I thought for sure, like, it wasn't going to get any harder. So Attention. So I was like, fuck, I'm back at it again. But
yeah. Yep.
The cuts from this record were easy. I do have a couple because I always like to have at least one. I do have another one. So.
This is the first time I listened to the whole album. The single stayed in my head, being just too country. I was like, this band has changed from my interests, and I'm going to leave the memories alone. So this month, listening to it, like really for the first time, I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. But it hasn't like broken through like into my very favorites, right?
Right.
Better than I thought it might be.
All right. Ryan?
Let's see here. We'll go with another single. Crow and the Butterfly.
I have that.
I don't.
It's a fun song for them. It was probably one of the first like true ballads, I think.
Yes.
And it just kind of showed a different side from that slow, like I think the first 2 albums they were the Jacksonville band. They were Skinnerd is a new metal band or a post grunge band. And I think that was, like I said, when Sound of Madness came out, that was a change in their style. And I think that it was like, okay, we're going to put a ballad out. Cool, here it is.
So Shinedown is Jayville too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Do we have Fred Durst to thank for them as well?
The timeline probably matches up, but
it does, yeah.
I don't
know. Going back to what we were talking about before, the first time I saw Shinedown was on that first album tour opening for Stained in the theater that they got signed by Fred Durst at.
Wow. Well, there you go.
There it is.
All right.
7 Degrees of Fred Durst.
That's right. More on that later. Curtis.
From Sound of Madness, do you guys have Devour?
No, but that's a good song.
I do.
Yeah, that's a good song.
That's all right. 222. Do we think we have one more in us to kind of...
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't want that responsibility. I'm sitting at 4. Okay. All right. I'll trot this one out because it's sitting here in the middle. Cry for Help.
No.
Well, again, just not thinking the room. Trying to be too cute. Maybe I should. There it is. That's that energy.
Yeah.
All right. Ryan?
All right, I'm going to throw the next 3 out here for you and go with Diamond Eyes.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I was holding off on that one. I didn't want to throw it out there, but I was like, you know what? I got to take the weight off of Justin's shoulders here.
Arena rock banger. Like, this is the Expendable soundtrack, perfect fit, like, culturally, just perfect. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, and when you guys said to make sure that it was on the list, now, a lot of times that will negatively affect a song. I will go, okay, I'll listen to it.
Yes.
They might be trying to throw me off. But I listened to it and I was like, no, this fits right in with what I'm trying to do with my Shinedown list. So
yes.
I don't care if it is a favorite. I don't care if it is a radio song. It fits in with what I'm doing. So why deny that?
Well, what's our goal here? To put together a playlist of 10 songs to show people. I mean, seems super obvious.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So why hide it? All right. Curtis?
Well, we'll keep digging in the well of Amaryllis. Do you guys have I'm Not All Right?
Yes, I do. I actually took off something else to put that one on.
I can't make it unanimous, but it is a 2. So on that note, let's see, 7. Okay, so we have a conversation. It's not too brutal yet, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I still have 9 left. Okay. How about Atmosphere?
Nope.
Well, now, aren't I just the fool? Here it is. You'll notice with a lot of these non-radio hits that energy was what I got drawn to.
I mean, no complaints on first 2 albums. I had too many and I needed to rethink, and that I would imagine that was one of the ones that I cut. So it's a good song.
You know what's funny is this made why am I forgetting the name of the band? Click In More. Audio Slave, Click In More, because it's similar. Like which is funny because like when we did Audio Slave, I dug it, but if I had this going in, I may not have needed, like I may have accepted Audio Slave a little easier.
Right.
It's weird. Yeah.
Right. It's all, I mean, like, what do you say about this, like, early 2000s rock? Like, these songs that were like, ugh, this is this is corny. This is corporate rock in 03. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like Fly from the Inside. If it came out this year, you'd be like, rock is back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But bizarre, man.
It's all relative, right?
It's all relative. It's a weird world we live in sometimes. All right, Ryan.
I'm gonna go with another ballad for song for them, which probably one of my favorites, and that's Daylight.
Oh, good tune. No.
Oh.
Can't save you either.
Oh man.
All right, so maybe we'll get after Curtis's turn. Maybe we'll do one more and then dump out.
I mean, we'll keep trying for a ballad here. You guys have Second Chance?
Yes.
I don't. And I honestly don't know when or where it I dropped it.
I mean, if you were like not feeling Shinedown in 05 or 06, that song was on the radio like every 10th song, probably.
It was, yeah.
I will say, like, I do remember hearing it, and again, much like 45 and all the other ones, like I groaned, but I'm pretty sure Second Chance made my first pass. I don't know where it ended up getting dropped, but like I said, I think I may have been, as you see in my gameplay, trying to be a little too cute.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll just start at the top here and just dump out. No More Love?
No.
Right. I should be where I need to be. In Memory?
No.
Nope.
All right. Heroes?
I have that.
It was a runner-up, but not on my list.
Yes.
All right. Heroes has 2. Your Majesty?
No.
Nope.
Okay. Next one. Oblivion?
Nope.
No.
I knew for a fact that Ryan wasn't going to have it. He essentially told me as much. All right. Oblivion. One. Next. Monsters.
No.
No, but it should be.
Evolve.
No.
No.
All right. And last but not least, off of Planet Zero, Hope.
Nope.
All right. Well, that's that. No more. 5 is. Oh yeah, let me circle that. 5 is our winner. Ryan gets 5, which means he will get the final say. But let's see if we get anything else in the conversation here, Ryan. You want to dump out whatever you got left?
Yeah. Unity.
No.
I'll follow you down.
I have that for sure.
Okay. Miracle.
No.
Oh. Brilliant.
No.
Get Up.
No.
For My Sake.
No.
Through the Ghost.
No.
I Dare You.
I have that.
Okay. And then my last. Yeah. And then my last one is Dark Side.
I don't have that.
All right, Dark Side. All right, and just for fun, Curtis?
Yes. I've cut the cord from Threat to Survival.
Mm-hmm.
I like that tune. And I knew you wouldn't have this for no covers rule, but I mean we gotta talk about the Skinner reference here with Simple Man.
I actually did think that was a solid cover. I'll give it that.
I mean it's different enough, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That everything? So that puts 5
Yeah.
through. Fly from the Inside, Sound of Madness, Diamond Eyes, Enemies, and Devil.
Yes.
And that we have 11 that we need to cut down to 5. And Ryan will have the final say on this. So the 11 alive still: Heroes, Save Me, I Dare You, Devour, Second Chance, The Crow and the Butterfly, If You Only Knew, Amaryllis, I'm Not Alright, I'll Follow You, and Dead Don't Die. How do we feel about album representation being the first question here?
Oof.
Does it matter? Or
I'd like a little bit more from the first 2 albums.
okay.
We got 3 2s from us and them. Like, at least one of them I'd like to see, but I mean, it's 11 songs for 5 spots.
Yeah. So
every other tune here.
Yeah. Heroes, Save Me, I Dare You. Is there one of those, Ryan, that's jumping out at you that probably should have been unanimous?
I Dare You, I think should have been.
All right.
Personally.
I also have it just in that any of those 3 is great.
All right, so
yeah.
I was the odd man out there, so let's do that first.
Yeah.
And that takes us up to 6. We'll leave the other 2 alive, and if we feel like there's room for them, we can get them in there. All right. So next thing, we already have 2 through Sound of Madness. Do we kind of wait before we approach those songs, or rip the Band-Aid off and just go?
That album is so sick. It's hard to cut them out. The one I thought about, I mean, I'm the one who didn't vote for it, but like Dead Don't Die, do we need that? I think Devil is a better representation.
I agree.
Of that record, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and
maybe delete Dead Don't Die.
Yeah, I was gonna put that up because I was like, I enjoyed Planet Zero a lot, but that being said, Return to Form wasn't the word, but like,
yeah,
that's kind of what it was, you know.
And it doesn't need to be all about this, but like, should that be 2/10 of these songs?
Right.
I think Devil's better. I think we got it right on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's drop Dead Don't Die. Boom. All right. So that makes it a little bit easier, right? And so what does that give us? So 7 between The Sound of Madness and Amaryllis, and the 2, Us and Them, still alive. We only have
one from each. The way to do it.
That's, well, where are we at? 6? Yeah, because then Ryan gets his final say as well. So unless you doth protest, Ryan?
No.
No?
I'm good with that.
All right, so let's start with Heroes versus Save Me.
Two fine choices.
Those are tough.
You're the one who didn't vote for that. What is does either of those stand out to you?
I've got both. I had Heroes and Save Me.
Oh, excuse me.
Ryan was Ryan was the odd man out there.
How about you, Ryan? What do you think then?
Man.
Well, let me ask you this question. You know, maybe this helps you along. Was Heroes a radio song?
Oh yeah.
No.
Was it?
Well, let's take a look.
I don't recall.
Wikipedia says yes.
Okay, so maybe it was just like a minor hit, because I don't recall hearing that. Whereas Save Me, I remember hearing a lot. Now, do we let that weigh in our decision? We already have like a ton of songs that people may have already heard.
Yeah.
So
I think I would pick Heroes over the Save Me then.
Good call.
Just because Save Me was a bigger radio hit.
Yeah.
And they probably already know the song.
Possibly. And I think Save Me, I think you can still hear Save Me on like here it's FM 99. All right. So there's that. Now there's 4 here from Sound of Madness. We got Devour, Second Chance, The Crow and the Butterfly, If You Only Knew. Anything kind of jumping out at you there, Curtis?
Any of these four would be just fine by me. I slight edge to Devour.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any thoughts on Devour, Ryan?
Yeah, I would, and I think the main reason for that is that Second Chance, Crow and the Butterfly, and If You Only Knew are more of a ballad song. So I think one of those three helps pick that album. I think, I mean, you've got Sound of Madness. Like, that song has to be on the list because it was, I mean, one, we all picked it, but it's like that song is that album.
Yeah, if we're doing one banger and one ballad, Sound of Madness is the right call. Let's 86 Devour then, and let's pick a ballad from those.
Okay. So I was out on all three of the other ones.
Yes.
Second, so again, like, does the opposite work here for Second Chance? Because does Second Chance deserve a second chance? Like, it was because like I said, I liked it this go around. It wasn't like 45 where I was like, no, done. I definitely listened to it this time and enjoyed it this time. Or do we give them something they for sure have not heard?
I think If You Only Knew is a better song.
Okay. I do too.
Delete the discussion of like overplay and fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
I just, in a vacuum, I think If You Only Knew is stronger.
Dude.
Big chorus. Like, I don't know. Second Chance is family drama. If You Only Knew is a little more like romantic and it's a little less general thought and a little bit more like a real story about his life, it feels like.
Well, there you go. Sells it for me.
Yeah.
All right. And then, so now it's our Amaryllis discussion. So we have Amaryllis, I'm Not Alright, and I'll Follow You. Let's see. Again, I didn't have any of these.
Yeah. Enemies is the banger, and that was the right call. That's maybe a vote for I'll Follow You, I guess, as a ballad.
What do you think, Ryan?
I don't know. It's a tough one.
I'm Not Alright is too.
Yeah.
So is the conversation then I'm Not Alright versus I'll Follow You?
No, because I'm a big Amaryllis fan. Like, just the song itself is just like, I don't know. That's probably one of my favorites on the album.
Dude, if the two songs from Amaryllis are the title track and Enemies, that is excellent.
It's not bad.
Of the album. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's do that then.
Title track. Yes.
Boom.
Yep.
Simple. Let's not overcomplicate. All right. So that brings us to 9, which means, Ryan, it is time for your final say. And you can use any of the 7 that are still alive. Save Me, Devour, Second Chance, The Crow and the Butterfly, I'm Not Alright, I'll Follow You, Dead Don't Die. Or anything out of the trash. I don't prefer that, but you can.
That's a big weight right there.
That's why I didn't want it.
I'm gonna go back to one of mine that was actually put in the trash.
Right.
And the only reason I do that is because I think it's a strong song. And when it came out, because it was a single, they considered it, at least in the interviews I read, that they thought it was probably one of the best songs that they had written, and that's Daylight.
All right.
I know it wasn't a favorite, but I don't know. It's a good song to me. I don't know. Yeah, we'll go with that.
The great news is you don't need to explain if you don't want. Like, it's the song you chose. Final say goes to Ryan with Daylight. And let's give us this rundown here. We've got Fly from the Inside, I Dare You, Sound of Madness, Diamond Eyes, Enemies, Devil, Heroes, If You Only Knew, Amaryllis, and Daylight. Now, let's crank up the heat a little bit here, Ryan. Of those 10, which one is the one, do you think?
Sound of Madness.
Ooh. What do you think, Curtis?
No, wait. I'm gonna take it back.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Fly from the Inside.
All right. What do you think?
Those are the two, right?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Those are definitely the two. What do you think? I slightly lean Fly from the Inside because it is the introduction to the band. Like, it is the track, I love track 1, album 1. And it does it so well. It sets the tone for what you're going to get from Shinedown. But I do think Sound of Madness is an equally good choice. What do you think, Curtis?
I love it, man. Just that first one with the bullet, paper cut, good times, bad times, just that Once by Pearl Jam, yeah, let's do it.
All right, Fly from
album 1, track 1, let's go.
And it's great representation. It tells you what to expect going forward. So, with that, let's do this. Oh, was it really that long, phone? It wasn't unconnected. There it shouldn't have been. Fly from the Inside is our number 1. I Dare You, Sound of Madness, Diamond Eyes, Enemies, Devil, Heroes, If You Only Knew, Amaryllis, and Daylight round out our 10. Let's let Fly from the Inside get a moment of sun. In the sun. What's funny is I know the timeline shakes out to be the same, but when I'm listening to that, at that level right now, I hear the guitars, and you're mentioning a paper cut just now, Curtis. It's why was I so willing to accept Linkin? The only difference I can think of is the industrial elements that Linkin Park had. But this is a great tune too. I don't know what I was doing back then. So,
I mean, dude, it's 03. There's a lot going on.
It's true. All right. Well, we have done it. We have turned you on to Shinedown. You're very, very welcome. If there's a band that you want to come talk about, because that's how these fine gentlemen have come upon the show, you can go to legionofstupid.com, click podcast, click deprogrammed, scroll a little bit down. There's a sign-up sheet. Tell me what band you want to talk about. I am thrilled. There's a bunch of people that I don't know signing up for stuff, which tells me that they're listening to the show and going, I would very much like to come play. That makes me really, really happy. So if you've signed up recently, you will hear from me soon, and we will try to arrange an episode for you soon. Just tell me what band you want to talk about, and we'll try and make it happen. If you're there, you might as well listen to some episodes. You can listen to Ryan episodes by clicking his name. It'll take you to the episodes that he's been on. If you'd like to listen to Curtis episodes, same thing. Click on his name, and it'll take you to all episodes he's been on. If you want to listen to me episodes, well, I sure hope you do, because I'm on all of them. Yes. I think I forgot to do that one last time. How dare me. Also, we're a podcast. Subscribe, rate, comment. All that stuff is very much appreciated. But if you want to go that little extra step, patreon.com/ohhijustin is a great place to go. $1 a month gets you in the door. Anything more than that would be awesome. But it gets you access to Deprogram Before the Rest of the World. It gets you early access to After the Fact, which is the conversation we are going to immediately start as soon as I stop this episode. I think we're going to be talking about sports ball and probably Fred Durst today. I get the feeling. So, yeah, you can do that. That would be appreciated. Also, as mentioned before, subscribe, rate. That's supposed to help. You can rate us on Spotify now. 5 stars would be super appreciated. And, same thing for Apple Podcasts. 5 stars would be awesome if you wouldn't mind doing that. And the best way you can help this show, though, to me, is by telling somebody that you listen to the show. Hey, I listen to Deprogrammed, and you should too. I would appreciate that more than words could ever say. But with that, shine down. Learn them and love them, people. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.